And of course, we were both making shots like crazy when Josh started to lose his rhythm. With the adrenaline pumping, I managed to make 2 shots in succession, and I lapped him. Ha! They never played with me again. In one of my PE classes, you could actually get extra credit by making 3-pointers. I totally took advantage of that. Being creative little bean sprouts, my brothers and I would make up different games to play. This one game we would play on our beds. It was sort of like the floor is lava, except we used balloons.
They used balloons. And they needed to land it onto the bed, but without using their hands. They needed to use their feet instead.
So we would set it up where there would be 2 beds parallel to each other. You would pass the balloon from bed to bed, kind of like volleyball, except you had to use your feet. Using your hands was considered cheating. The balloon had to land on top of the bed. Everything else was lava. Each time the balloon didn't make it to the other bed, the other person would get a point. My older brother and I used to be obsessed with playing ping pong. We developed some kind of narrative with each other, like one person was the student and the other was the master of ping pong, and every time someone made a point, we would say things like, ha, 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 ha. I have taught you well, my son. Ha, ha, ha. Looks like the student has become the master. Ah, ha. Looks like the student needs some work. We also made up this game called Bike Tag, but we only managed to play it a few times. It was just like
She broke.
normal tag, except with bikes, and I highly suggest not playing this. Being idiots, we thought, what was the worst that could happen? The game was going pretty smooth until I was tagged. I was chasing my brother, who had a scooter at that time. Kind of a hack. I almost had him when he jumped up on the sidewalk and escaped. My bike crashed and I flew into the edge of the sidewalk, fracturing my wrist. The fracture was on the growth plate, and so the doctor was just like, let the body heal itself. Luckily it was my left hand. I can't carry heavy things on it, but I'm fine. Psh, whatever. Just don't play bike tag, okay? That was really dumb. All in all, I don't think sports are bad. I just think they're boring to watch on TV. The only way I'd ever watch a game is if I knew someone playing in the game, like maybe going to a high school game and you know someone there, or playing it myself with some friends.
Yep, I know all about getting hit in the face. Everywhere I go, I get hit by the face, so when it's recess, I just stay inside the classroom. I'm like, nope, I'm not going out there. You guys could go. I'm not even going. Bye. I will just stay in my classroom just waiting until recess was over. I'm like, nope, I'm not going there until my teacher didn't want me there anymore, so I needed to go outside. And when I was about to go and play a game with my friends, a ball just needed him in the face. Don't worry, I know all about that. I wish it never happened.
Working at the lunch lines was great, but it didn't pay squat. I needed some money for college, so I got a job working in retail. I worked at a place called Dollar Tree. Unlike the scam artists over at the 99-cent store, everything at Dollar Tree was in fact $1. There was Claudia, she was a sweetie. Monica, she was chill. The spawn of Satan Helen, she threatened to bash my head into the wall. And Mark, the general manager, this one time he made fun of how I owned a watch to check the time and not a phone. I was poor. My job at Dollar Tree was simple enough. I was a cashier, and when I had no one in line, I would clean up at the front of the store. Okay, yeah, so some work stories. I was working the night shift when this lady comes up 2 minutes before we have to close. I let her in, reluctantly. She walks in the store and kind of just stumbles around, talking to herself. I just wanted to go home at that point. Hurry up, lady. She barely makes it over to the counter and grabs some random candy out of the bins. Okay, your total is $3.
Hey, you know, you've got some pretty eyes.
Oh, really? Thanks.
Ooh, and that body. You've got something going on there.
Thanks?
So where are you going after this, beautiful?
I'll take it from here. I've never been hit on by a girl before, much less a 60-year-old drunk one? So I was pretty confused. Speaking of old people, old people would come in and ask for senior discounts? It's $1. One of the worst jobs you have to do when working at Dollar Tree was filling up balloons. The Dollar Tree was always understaffed, so while the manager was usually unboxing merchandise, it would just be me up at the front alone. Blowing up balloons took checking out. This guy comes up out of nowhere, not even in luck.
Okay, so I already remember to upload this. She did a very, 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 very good job at animating this, and I know that it takes so long. Oh gosh. To fill up a balloon with air. I was just waiting there until it got ready, and so I just got bored. And well, yeah, I just stayed there waiting until they were finally done. Oh.
Okay, so I know you guys wanted to hear the story about the time me and my brother were kidnapped, but it happened on Halloween night, so I thought about putting it off to make a Halloween special, so please don't kill me. Valentine's Day is a good backup, right?
Of course, we're never gonna kill you. We will never kill you.
Yeah. Oh, Valentine's Day. A day to express your feelings. Senpai will notice me for sure. A day to get them hurt. Why, Senpai? No. A day to realize that your senpai likes your best friend. A day to cry. Okay, so in my life, I haven't been on many dates, but these are my top 5 worst. Coming in at number 5. Well, actually, I've only been on 4. Coming in at number 4. So this was actually my first date.
Yeah, the mistake. It's a mistake. We all know. We have done mistakes before. It's okay.
And I was like 18 at the time. Not many people asked me out before then, except that one guy who lived in a shed. So this guy was one of my teacher's sons, so it was kind of a blind date. He picked me up and took me to a Red Robin or something, and the whole time it seemed like he was super uncomfortable, like unbearably so. I'm quite a shy person, but even I know how to read into the mood. I kept trying to get him to be engaged in the conversation, and he would just give back one-word answers. Like yes, no, maybe. 30 minutes felt like 30 years with this guy, until somehow the conversation turned to comics and he started on a tangent about the differences between Marvel and DC for about an hour. Once we got home, he tried to kiss me and I literally just ran inside. I never saw him again. Okay, so it wasn't that bad of a date, but I can't stand super shy people, okay? Like, I need someone to laugh with, and I really didn't want to hear it. Okay, so I know these dates aren't, like, super bad, like you might have been expecting, but in my opinion, they're not good.
I mean, sure, dates could be really bad, and your senpai could have a crush on your friend, of course, and your heart gets broken, and you ice cream when you go to school. When you come back home, you start crying. Maybe you have ice cream at your house, you get it out, start eating it, and cry in the corner. I know all about that. I did it every single day when my heart was broken. Well, I didn't know the animation. I just loved how she did the expressions. And it is kind of kawaii to me. I don't know why. Please don't get mad at me. Well, I guess that's it. So, here's this to finish it off.
I'm so into you, I can barely breathe. And all I wanna do is to fall in deep. But close ain't close enough till we cross the line. So name a game to play and a roll of dice. Oh baby, look what you started. The temperature's rising and here is this gonna happen. Been waiting and waiting for you to make a move. To fall around, make a move. So baby, come let me up. And maybe I'll let you on it. A little bit dangerous, but baby that's how I want it. A little less conversation and a little more touch my body. 'Cause I'm so into you, into you, into you. Everyone watching us, so baby let's keep it secret. A little bit scandalous.
Please go subscribe to shgurr if you could find her. And thank you so much for watching this. Bye, and I'll see you in the next video. I guess. Which will be uploaded at 7, so you'll have this much time, so don't worry. Wrong button. Why?